Hey y'all, it's Sia Moore here. I'm here to bring you more moments some more. I want to just go ahead and put a disclaimer out there that I am a little under the weather, but when I first started back posting videos, I said I was going to post at least once a week, and it's Sunday, and my last video was posted Sunday, so here we are again. I'm a little under the weather. My nose, I don't know if it want to be stopped up or not, so if you hear me talking a little funny, don't mind that. I'm still coming with good information for y'all, so y'all just sit down, tune in, grab a snack, get comfortable, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all today we're talking about meal prep. So let's start off with what is meal prep. In my mind, meal prep is anything that prevents you from, or I would say help you not have to start from scratch when making a meal. So you could be meal prepping a full meal to eat for the next few days. You could be just meal prepping your meats or something like that, and then it's already cooked, so you just have to heat it up when you're ready to eat. Or you could be meal prepping something to cook, like cutting your fruits up, cutting your vegetables up, portioning your meat out, something like that. Like, to me, that's meal prepping. It is anything that keeps you from having to start from scratch. It's anything that keeps you from having to go into the refrigerator or go into the freezer, pick out some meat, thaw it out. When you go in that kitchen, you're not starting from scratch when you're meal prepping, because you got something that has somewhat already made it easier for you to start the meal. That is how I view meal prepping. I want to tell y'all why I meal prep, and this could be some of the reasons that encourage you to meal prep. This could be some of the reasons that you meal prep, or this could just be something that you find interesting. I meal prep because it helped me with decision fatigue. I recently learned that decision fatigue is one of those things where when people don't like making decisions, they'll take the easy way out. So say for instance, if I can't figure out what I'm about to cook, but I know I passed Wendy's on the way home, I'm just gonna go eat Wendy's. Because at that point, it's easier for me to just say, okay, I can stop by Wendy's because I'm gonna pass it on the way home anyways, versus actually figuring out a meal that I wanna eat that's gonna be nurturing to my body. So another thing I would say I like to meal prep is because it helps me portion out my meals. I'm not one of those people that count calories. That's just not me. But I will say I have taken an interest in portioning out my meals and just watching my portion controls, like making sure that I'm not eating too much or too little, making sure I'm eating the right amount for my body to give me energy. So I feel like whenever you're going to a restaurant or anywhere for that matter, if you're not the one cooking the food, it could be going to a friend's house. You could look at a restaurant and think that, oh, this says a small fry has 150 calories. But if that person got happy and was a little heavy-handed with the fries, in your mind, you're thinking you're eating 150 calories. They done put 175 calories in that box, and now you're thrown off. And that's part of the reason why I don't really like to count calories, because I feel like unless you're cooking the food yourself, you're always working with an estimate. Even when you're cooking with yourself, you're working with an estimate, because we don't really know how many calories is in a chicken breast. We're going by what we read off somebody else's notes. So I don't know. Meal prepping helps me with my portions because it helps me keep from eating a whole lot of potatoes. It keeps me make sure I'm eating the right amount of protein, getting the right amount of fiber in my diet. So for me, it just helps me portion out my meal. Another reason that I like meal prep is that it's available when I need it. With the way that I meal prep, I'm gonna get into the strategies in a few minutes. But with the way I meal prep, I just take something out the refrigerator and then I pop it in the microwave. And that works because I don't have to wait 45 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour for the meal to be done. It's already done that day when I want it. I just got to put it in the microwave for maybe 3 minutes, go stick in the air fryer, stick in the oven, something like that. I meal prep because I enjoy cooking. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy cooking, but I don't like cooking every day. Now that I've been meal prepping for around, I want to say I've been meal prepping for going on like 2 years now. I started meal prepping when I was in grad school, because when I was at grad school, we had little restaurants and stuff that was nearby, but I would have to walk to those restaurants. I could drive, but then that put me at risk of losing my apartment. That put me at risk of losing my parking space. And if you know, you know, when you go to USC, you got to get in when you fit in when it comes to them parking lots. So I was not trying to leave out that parking space, so I would just be walking around, and the closest things was Jersey Mike's, and then it was this wing place. So I would literally be eating, every time I was at school, I'm either eating Jersey Mike's subs or wings every day. Because not to say nothing's wrong with Jersey Mike's or wings, but it's just like, I was going to class a couple times a week, so a couple times a week for my lunchtime, I'm eating a sub, I'm eating wings. And it's like, when I'm meal prepping, I'm not eating like that. Like, when I'm going out to eat, or I'm grabbing something, I want a wings and things combo teriyaki with extra Zax sauce. I want a crispy chicken BLT biggie bag with a strawberry lemonade. I want an Italian sub with some sour cream and onion chips. But when I'm cooking and meal prepping, I'm eating things like Parmesan chicken with some green beans and some mashed potatoes. Or I'm eating some chicken Alfredo with some spinach in it. Or I'm eating a ground beef bowl with rice, corn, black beans, cilantro, lime, and stuff like that. I feel like I make healthier food choices when I'm meal prepping versus when I'm just going out. Because when you think about 9 out of 10, when I'm going to get something, I'm not going to sit in a dine-in restaurant where they got like, you know, veggie sides and stuff like that. No, I'm probably getting some fries. I'm probably getting some chips. I'm getting some potato wedges. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That's what I eat when I go out to eat. Like, when I be out, when I'm out to eat, I'm not stunned by a piece of green bean. When I'm out to eat, I'm not stunned by a piece of corn. I'm not stunting about a piece of cabbage. I don't care about no apple. I want the fries. I want the potato wedges. I want the greasy food, all that good stuff. So, I'm sorry, y'all got a little off track, but it's the truth. It helped me, and then I will also say for me, meal prepping, it helps me save money. When I make I budget. So if y'all want a budget video, let me know. I get y'all right. But I budget, and I budget out $300 a month. No, I budget out $400 a month for groceries. That puts me roughly around $100 a week for groceries. And that $100 a week actually means my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinners for the Monday through Friday. Because I'm going to let y'all know now, like, when I'm talking about meal prepping, I'm not talking about I'm meal prepping for the whole 7 days. No, I'm still gonna go out to eat. Okay, don't get me wrong. Then they say it's like when it comes to getting in the gym and stuff like that, ain't it's like 80-20, like, you know, 80% good, 20% bad. So it's like Monday through Friday. Yes, I am going to be meal prepping my meal prep meals, and I'm gonna eat it. But when that Saturday come, if the meal of the day is a BMT Italian sub at Subway, I'm probably gonna get it, and I'm gonna get some sour cream and onion chips. And if I don't get the sour cream and onion chips, I'm getting 2 raspberry cheesecake cookies. And I'm getting a lemonade or a fruit punch to drink. And that's okay, because y'all, it's balanced. I'm not saying y'all gotta be this way 100% of the time, but I'm saying that if this is something you're interested in, these are some ways you can make it work. So yeah, I feel like it helps me save money, because I think if I was to go out to eat think about it, Monday through Friday is 5 days. If I bought breakfast every day at a fast food restaurant, I would say my go-to breakfast places like Bojangles or Hardee's. So I'll be spending anywhere from, I'm gonna say $7 to $10 every day, and that's just breakfast. If I was to go get some lunch, I like to eat, I would say lunch and dinner kind of the same, because I like to eat at the same places for lunch and dinner. But if I was to go grab my lunch, I'll probably be eating at like Subway or something like that. My Subway meal can range anywhere from $6 to $10. If I go to dinner, I might pick up something from Wendy's. I might pick up something from Zaxby's. I might go to what's somewhere else I like to eat dinner at. I might go to Firehouse, or I might grab a pizza. That can take me anywhere from, we just gonna say $7 to $20. So when you multiply all that up and total it for the week, you're gonna be spending over $100 on food. You are. And if you sit there and try to lie to yourself, I'm the type of person, y'all think about the type of person you are. I eat 3 meals a day. I want my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I might have a snack in there. So I'm not gonna be sitting here buying breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day and keeping it under. I'm not gonna be sitting here buying breakfast, lunch, and dinner Monday through Friday and staying under $100. I do still have a eating out budget, but the reason that my grocery bill or grocery budget category is around $400 a month is because I eat mostly at home. Only time I really eat out is on the weekends, or if I'm doing something through the week, like one of my friends say, let's go to dinner, I'll do one less meal prep because I'm gonna go with my friend. So now that I done talked to y'all about the meal prepping, what it is, why I do it, I wanted to give y'all 3 strategies that I've seen people use. And this is just kind of different ways that people can meal prep, because I feel like when people hear meal prep, they think about one person eating the same thing every day. They just be like, no, I ain't finna do that. But there are different ways you can go about it. So I'm gonna tell you the 3 popular ways I've seen people meal prep, and then you could just figure out which one's more for you. So strategy number 1 is meal prepping a meal for a few days or the whole week. This is the strategy that I use because it's just easier for me. But basically, what this strategy is picking your meal structure. And I'm going to use myself as an example because I personally use this, so I feel like I can speak a lot to it. My meal prep strategy is a protein, carb, and a veggie or a fruit. So whenever I'm grocery shopping, I'm looking for a protein, a carb, a veggie, or a fruit to eat. And this each meal now, I will say I'll try to aim for a fruit or a veggie in each of my 3 meals, but I give myself grace if there is a day or a week where I don't get a veggie in one meal. Or if I don't get the veggie, I'll try to eat a fruit on the side or something like that. But I'm gonna explain, hold on. So for instance, I'm gonna use chicken Alfredo. So with chicken Alfredo, that is something that I would prep for a lunch because it's not too heavy. It's something that you can heat up easy, because me personally, I don't like too many cold foods. Like, I don't like biting onto something and it's cold. So I try to prep things that are like microwave ready or that I can heat up, not something that needs to be prepared. Like for instance, you won't necessarily catch me meal prepping hot dogs for lunch because you gotta have the heated up weenie, you gotta heat up the chili, you gotta have the bun. I just feel like there's too much going on. I just want something that's gonna stay in the bowl. I stick in the microwave, I heat it up, I go sit down, I eat. That's how I like it. So give us, for an example, say I want to prep my lunch for the week, and my lunch for the week is going to be chicken Alfredo. I can get me a pack of chicken breast. I shop at Food Line. So when I talk about these prices or show y'all any prices that I might show on the screen, just know that these are based off Food Line prices because I primarily shop at Food Line. Sometimes I shop at Walmart, sometimes I shop at Aldi, but Food Line is my go-to because I have the Food Line app. I get money rewards for the app, and when you're MVP person, you get the deals, whether it be buy one get one, certain dollar off, whatever the case may be. So once again, we're talking about chicken Alfredo. My bad, I'm getting off track. So if I was to say I'm prepping chicken Alfredo for the week, I would have my protein, which is my chicken breast. Whenever I go to Food Line, I get the chicken breast. It's like 2 in a pack, cut them down the middle. It's 4, and then I cook them up however I want to, put in my chicken Alfredo. So normally when I get the one with the 2 chicken breasts, the max I've ever paid for that, I want to say, is like $9, because normally I can get the 2 big old chicken breasts for like $8 and some change. So we're going to say $9 for the chicken breast. And then we need a carb, so let my carb be my pasta. If I'm doing chicken Alfredo with spinach, because I'm going to put some spinach in here. If I'm doing chicken Alfredo with spinach, I like to use the linguine noodles, like the long noodles. So those are like $2. That's my carb, protein, carb, veggie. My veggie is going to be my spinach. Them your greens. You got to get your greens. Y'all be wondering why y'all bloated, why y'all stomach feel tight, why you feel like you look big in the mirror. You ain't had no greens, you ain't went to the bathroom. So protein, carb, veggie. Chicken, noodles / pasta, and spinach. And a bag of spinach or a container of spinach is anywhere from like $3 to $4. And then I get my Alfredo sauce. Type of Alfredo sauce I like for my Alfredo to be real saucy. So I put 2 cans of Alfredo sauce in my thing. But around 2 cans of Alfredo sauce can run you like $7. So okay, we told us that puts you at around $21 for the entire meal. So this $21 for Monday through Friday, I'm portioning this out so that I have some every single day for lunch if I'm working Monday through Friday. So portion it out Monday through Friday. I spent $21 for the week on meals. That puts me at around $4.20 per day for my lunch. And that's just lunch. So think about it. Think about a day. Tell me where you can find some good nutritionists, because half the Alfredo y'all be eating don't have spinach in it. Where y'all gonna find a good lunch for $4.20? And I'm not talking about good like it tastes good, but I'm talking about good like it's gonna be good for your body. It's gonna come in and go out without causing you any complications. Some people might be thrown off by the Alfredo sauce because they don't do dairy, but I've seen other people make their Alfredo sauce, and with $7, I've seen this girl, she used like coconut milk and different seasons because I think her boyfriend had like a dairy allergy, or he was dairy sensitive or something like that. So I feel like you can even put it up. You can even put the meal to the week. You can even put the price up to like $25 if you decide to go your own route and make your own Alfredo sauce, and you're still saving money. That's gonna put you at around $5 a day for lunch. Once again, where are you finding chicken Alfredo with spinach, might I add? Because a lot of chicken Alfredo y'all be eating don't have spinach. Or you can use broccoli. I don't know how much broccoli costs because I don't eat broccoli, but some people put broccoli in their chicken Alfredo because one of my homegirls do it. So where y'all gonna find it at? A plate a well portioned out plate of chicken Alfredo with spinach, broccoli, whatever vegetable you decide, we're gonna find it at for $4.25 to $5 a day. You're not. That's why you should meal prep. So that's just kind of how I do it. I pick the different meals that I want to eat. It's picking the different meals that you want to eat for that week. I pick 3 meals. I pick a meal for my breakfast, I pick a meal for my lunch, and I pick a meal for my dinner. I prep enough to where I can eat it Monday through Friday. So then when Saturday and Sunday come, if I want to go eat out or go to brunch or do whatever I want to, I'm cool on it because I done ate home cooked food all week. I ain't been to Nan Pizza restaurant that week. And I'm not gonna lie, I sit here like I do this every day. Sometimes I will slip up. Sometimes I have had meal prep in the refrigerator and still wanted the wings and things. And I didn't withhold myself. I didn't withhold myself from the wings and things. I got it. But guess what I was eating that Saturday when I decided I didn't want to eat that meal prep for that Thursday night. I was eating that meal prep because we ain't wasting no food over here. You want to cook that food, you need to eat that food. And I would say a lot of people don't like this option because they feel like they can't eat the same thing for every day. But I got some tips at the end that's going to help y'all with just meal prepping in general. So stay to the end, y'all. I know it done got long. And I really don't like making long videos, but I've been having a lot to talk about. And I yapped a lot in that last video, and y'all seem to like it. So we might be coming up on another one of those. But we gonna see. So I talked a lot about strategy 1. But just to kind of sum it up, strategy 1 is picking a specific meal that you can eat for the next few days, whether that be for the next 2 days, 3 days, or the whole week. You pick a meal, you buy the stuff, you prep it, put it in the refrigerator, and for the next few days to the next week, you eat that meal. That's strategy 1. Now, strategy 2 is meal prepping the item itself. Hear me out. So, there are some people who don't like eating the same meal every day, and that's fine. That don't mean you can't meal prep. That just means that you need to take a different approach. So, one of the ways that I've seen people meal prep specific items is this girl on TikTok. I watch her videos. She likes to meal prep certain proteins, certain carbs, and certain veggies for the week. So, say for instance, she'll cook chicken, steak, and like ground beef. And then for her carbs, she'll make mashed potatoes. She'll make like mashed potatoes and rice. And then for her veggies, she might do carrots, asparagus, and broccoli. Now, all of these items are prepped, but she doesn't have like a certain meal in mind. She just has her protein, carbs, and veggies. Sometimes she might wash off some fruit. She might cut some watermelon up for the week, get some groceries, have some strawberries, some apples, or something like that on the side. But what this helps is that the food is already cooked. She just gets to decide what she want to eat for that day. So say for instance, if it's Tuesday and she wants to eat steak, rice, and asparagus, or let's say it's Tuesday, she wants to eat steak, mashed potatoes, and asparagus. She already has those items prepped. So she just go in her refrigerator, put each thing on a plate, heat it up, boom. She done made dinner in 5 minutes. Say that next day she wants chicken, rice, and broccoli. Boom, it's already there. The next day, she wants green bean, rice, and carrots. I don't know. People like to do combinations. Carrots is one of my go-tos. I eat carrots a lot, so that's why it was one of the first things that came to mind. But each day, she's eating a different thing, but it probably did not take her a long time to cook those things each day because she picked a specific time earlier that week to cook everything. So now, all she gotta do is heat it up. This is the option that I recommend to a lot of people when it comes to starting meal prepping, because I just see all too often where people start with the meal prepping, the actual meal, and they don't stick to it because they get tired of eating the same thing. With this, it allows you to create some variety, and it allows you to it lessens your chance of decision fatigue because you don't have to think about what you're gonna eat. You know the options you have, you know what you cooked earlier that week, so now you just get to go in the refrigerator and make your little bowl or your plate or figure out what you want to eat. Like I say, I recommend this strategy the most for beginners with meal preppers because it's easy to get discouraged and say, no, this is not for me. But truth be told, there are some things that are just not for you, and there are some things that are for you, but you have to go the extra mile or you have to take a different approach. So this is that. The last strategy I've seen people use when it comes to meal prepping is meal prepping the items, but they might not necessarily cook the items right away. I see this a lot with chicken. There are a lot of families or people who they go to grocery stores that sell things in bulk, so they like to buy things in bulk. For instance, I have this friend. He goes to this place to buy his chicken where they sell chicken wings by the piece. So you can get like a 25, they sell wings by the piece. And I think it's one of those things where like the more you get, the better the price. So he will just randomly buy a 75 piece bag of chicken wings, like 75 pieces of chicken wings in the bag. And what he does is section those out 25, 25, 25, put his seasonings on it, and put them in a Ziploc bag, whatever bag he put them in. He puts them in his freezer, so whenever he wants to eat, he just take it out. It's already seasoning. He just has to fry it, bake it, throw it in the air fryer, do whatever he wants to do. And some people might look at this and be like, that's not meal prep. Like, he's still cooking. Like, he still got to cook the chicken. Think about what I said, though. Meal prepping, in my mind, is not having to start from scratch. So by that time, when he gets ready to do it that day, he doesn't have to cut the chicken, clean the chicken, season it up. That's already done. He can thaw it out, pop it in the refrigerator before he go to work, come back, it's already thawed out. You throw it in the oven, you throw it in the air fryer, you go fry it real quick, boom, chicken done. Some people like to do their sides this way. Did y'all ever see the video where, I can't think of the creator's name, but she was making carrot salad? And so many people were making carrot salads and just putting it in the refrigerator and just eating the salad throughout the week. Like, it's really ribbon cut carrots, but they would just prep a whole bunch of it and just eat it. I saw this lady, she has one of those refrigerators where it has like a sliding door, and it's just like one full tray of sliding door. So what she did for her family is she did like a meal prep. It was a ready to eat salad bar. She had like her lettuce and her spinach and all the different toppings, cucumbers, tomatoes, shredded cheese, banana peppers, jalapenos, whatever you might put on the salad. She had everything just in that tray. So if she got off work and she knew she wanted to put something on her stomach, but she didn't really feel like cooking nothing, she can go in that, pull that jar out, go get her stuff, make her up a quick little salad, and go about her day. And she said her kids loved it. Like, she said that her whole family was eating more salads or something like that when she first did it. So that would be one of the options of prepping like the specific items and just kind of making your life easier. So that means when they get ready to go get a salad, they ain't got to worry about cutting up cucumbers. They ain't got to worry about cutting up cucumbers, opening the bag of cheese, or washing out the lettuce and stuff like that. She's already did it, so that when she does it that one time, she don't have to do it again for the rest of the week until it's time to restock. But yeah, those are the 3 strategies that I have. Now I'm going to give y'all some tips, because I know that this could have been information overload. You could have picked a strategy that you feel like fits you best, and now you want to start it, but you don't necessarily know where to start. So I'm just going to give y'all some tips, and then I'm going to let y'all go for the day, because I know it's Sunday. Y'all probably got other stuff to do, and it's okay. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. So let me give y'all these tips real quick. Don't leave yet. I got some tips. So if you're someone who is interested in starting meal prep, I want to give you the tip that you have to remember, things take time. There might be a time where you try a recipe and you just don't like it. That does not mean you never have to meal prep again. That just means, girl, start off with something you know you already like. Girl, boy, human, start off with something you know you already like. If you know that you like to eat chicken Alfredo, I keep using chicken Alfredo because I like chicken Alfredo, to each their own. It could be spaghetti, it don't matter. If you know you like chicken Alfredo, start with chicken Alfredo. Start with something that's simple. Start with something that you already like, so that it's easier to eat throughout the day. So for instance, I know I like chicken Alfredo. People be like, I can't eat Alfredo every day. But when you think about it, whenever you're eating out, do y'all not tend, this could just be me, but do y'all not tend to eat at the places that you already like? Like, I like a Cookout, I like a Zaxby's, I like a Wendy's, I like a Subway, Firehouse, Bojangles. So normally, if I don't cook, I'm eating at those places. So y'all be sitting here complaining, talk about some, oh, you can't eat the same thing every day. You're already doing it. You're already doing it. What? Okay, but yeah. I'll just say that it takes time, and I would say to start off by prepping a meal that you know you like, because there are times when we get on TikTok, we see somebody make something, it looks good, we go try it, and then we don't like it. And now you just got 3 days worth of food, and it's like, dang, what we gonna do with it? So know that it takes time. Also, start with something that you know you already like. Another thing I want you to do is do what works for your lifestyle, and be realistic when it comes to meal prep. You might not be a person who can meal prep their breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single week, and that's fine. That doesn't mean that you have to. You'd make it whatever is easiest for you. There are some people who like to spend a little extra time sleeping in the morning, so they only meal prep their breakfast because they don't mind going out to get their lunch and dinner, and that's fine. If you can only meal prep your breakfast, that's okay. You can only meal prep your lunch, that's okay. You can only meal prep your dinner, that's okay. If you can only make a salad bar in your refrigerator, that's okay. If you can only just cut the stuff up the night before and season it, but you don't feel like cooking it, that's all you got in you, that's okay. Do what's best for yourself and do what's best for your lifestyle. Make it realistic, because if you try to take an unrealistic approach, it's not going to be something that you can stick to. Another tip I have when it comes to meal prepping is to create variety. So many people get tired of eating the same thing, and I understand it. I understand that sweet potatoes and ground beef is viral. But I understand that sweet potatoes and ground beef is trending. But that does not mean that you have to eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, you can switch it up. There are times where I will buy the way I do my meal prep structure is I don't like eating the same proteins, meats, or carbs back to back. So for instance, if I'm having an Alfredo for lunch, I'm not having an Alfredo for dinner. I might have something with rice. If I have chicken for lunch, I might have something with shrimp for dinner. You have to create a variety. If I ate rice for lunch, I'm not eating rice again for dinner. I might eat potatoes or something. Create that variety, because that helps you get creative, and that helps you not feel like you're eating the same thing every day. And then when it comes to the actual meal prepping day, I would advise y'all to pick the day where you're less busiest. Some people like to do it on that Sunday before the week because it helps them just already have everything ready Monday. There are some people who meal prep on Monday because they just feel like they want Sundays to be their chill day and they don't really want to do too much. So just pick the day that works best for you, because you don't want it to be a rush meal prep. When I meal prep, I might spend anywhere from 2 to 4 hours just meal prepping. But that 2 to 4 hours has me not having to touch anything else other than the microwave or the oven or the air fryer for the rest of the week, so I can get with that. That works for me. So I say pick your least busiest day, because this is where you're going to be your most productive, because you can actually take your time. I know y'all grandmas, aunties, uncles probably told y'all the food that be cooked with love, it takes some time. You can't go in there like a young hoe and cook everything on high and expect it to taste good for the week, because it's not. Okay? It's not. But the last thing I would also like to say is, when you're meal prepping, find a grocery store that you really like, and if that grocery store got an app, they got a rewards program, join the rewards program. I'm gonna speak on Food Line for a minute, because I really like Food Line. Food Line has this thing called Shop and Save, where if you spend a certain dollar amount on a certain category of products, you can get cash back, and then you can use that cash back for future purchases. So say for instance, Food Line's brand is Nature's Promise. So it can be like, we'll give you $5 when you spend $30 in Nature's Promise. If you're somebody who already shops at Food Line and you're casually spending $30 on Nature's Promise, go get your $5 back, girl. Like, you're not really having to do nothing extra after you sign up. You just gotta remember to type that number in at checkout. So my last thing would be say that if you're going to meal prep, 9 to 10, you're probably going to be grocery shopping a lot. So if you're going to go grocery shop, girl, go get your bang for your buck, because $5 might not seem like a lot at the time, but there's been times where I've hit all the categories where I can get up to $9, and then I go back in the store. Whenever I go back to Food Line, I could have got a bag of cheese for like $4. My bag of cheese was free because my rewards paid for it. I don't know, just a thought. But yeah, just to wrap it up, y'all, that's my thoughts on how you can meal prep, why you might want to meal prep in different ways that you can meal prep. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below, because I love a comment, y'all. I had some comments on my last video, and it just made me so happy, because when I get a notification like, oh, such and such has commented, and it shows like a quote of the comment, oh, like y'all mess with me, y'all sat here, y'all watched my video, and you commented, like, you a real one. You a real one. So that's all for now. I done talked y'all head off. I'm finna go edit this video, and I'm gonna post it so that y'all can see it. That's all I got for y'all today. Hope y'all have a good day. I hope y'all go at least try to meal prep, because even though it's not a sponsored video, I'm not saying y'all have to meal prep, but I told y'all how y'all should do it, so I feel like y'all should at least give it a try. I don't know. Give it a try, see what you think. So thank y'all for being here this long. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you, and I will see y'all in the next one. Thank you for making it this far, and I will see you in the next one.